1975-76 NBA season got underway, Philadelphia fans had every reason to believe that the 76ers were indeed going to be the team of the year. Philadelphia's had a tradition of great basketball. It was one of the founding cities of the NBA. And in 1967, the World Championship resided in Philadelphia. It wore such names as Chamberlain, Greer, Walker, and Cunningham. Then Philadelphia basketball fortunes went from top to bottom. 1971-72 was the lowest ebb of any team in the history of the NBA. The Sixers won just 9 games. But the 76er management decided to fight. They hired Gene Shue, a coach with a history of turning weak teams into contenders.
You realize, man, I'm in about the same position that you are, in that I'm kind of starting out in a rookie position with this club, the same as you people. So this is going to be a job where there's going to be a tremendous opportunity for all you players. I'm certain that you're aware of the ball club last year, how poor the team was, and they only won 9 basketball games. So obviously, in looking at their personnel and in looking at their record, the team needs good basketball players.
Out of that fall 1973 rookie camp came the greatest comeback story of the year and one of the greatest prospects of any year. The youngster who wore number 20 survived a serious injury that cost him his rookie season. He not only recovered, but there's many an expert who predicts Doug Collins' name will be going into the record books of the NBA as one of the best that ever roamed the backcourt. He not only can hit from either side on long shots, he'll put it in from either side of the basket with either hand. Sometimes it's the right hand from the right side. Sometimes the left hand from the left side. Sometimes the right hand from the left side. Sometimes he just sucks you in and passes off. At 6'6", Collins is a threat on the board. It's that extra touch most guards don't have. The comeback story of the first rebuilding year was Steve Mix. Steve had been waived out of the NBA and played a year in the Continental League before Shue gave him a last chance. Mix has since moved that number 50 around many of the NBA's best. He not only made the 76er team that year, he was picked to play in the All-Star game. Although his greatest strength may be his devotion to Coach Shue's defensive philosophy, Steve Mix has made his offense felt. Since donning a Sixer jersey, Mix has averaged nearly 15 points a game. And a lot of those points came on the all-important offensive rebound. Coming back from an injury that slowed him last season, Steve proved his recovery was complete by putting in more time than any other 76er. Philadelphia had every reason to believe that the Sixers were the team of the year because they made the most important acquisition in the history of the NBA. 30 in newspaper language means the end. Sixer fans were hoping 30 meant the end of the playoff drought. Just what credentials did George McGinnis bring with him? That's as easy to answer as 1, 2, 3. Last year, he was number 1 in scoring and total points in the ABA. He was number 2 in steals and number 3 in assists and number 5 in rebounds. All George did during his first NBA season was average 23 points a game, stand 4th in the league with 1,769 points. He was 5th in the league in rebound average, But more important than the stats is what McGinnis brought to the floor in the attitude, style of play, the excitement. Many fans took time just to watch George. He was a study in how to work without the ball, a skill that never shows up in statistics, but one of the most important aspects of the game. McGinnis led the Sixers in assists. Some of his moves fooled fans and opponents alike and opened the way to easy points that coaches appreciate and teammates love. He does his job with such apparent ease. It's worthwhile to stop for a moment to see his skills, his unique jumper, his ability to fake opponents out. What is showboating for others is standard skills for George McGinnis, and his Sixers have come to expect it. Of course, with his great moves, George not only fakes out opponents, but occasionally a teammate. It's not easy for a man to go unnoticed when he's nearing 6'10", but Harvey Catchings is one of the unsung strengths of the 76ers. His teammates know his value and appreciate his efforts to give them a second chance. The ability to go over opponents is an art practiced by few and perfected by even fewer. Harvey is one of those rare talents. Catchings has the attitude coaches appreciate. He never gives up. If a left-handed rebound doesn't go, he'll try again, right-handed. On defense, Harvey Catchings is better known. His skill at picking up players and blocking their shots gives his teammates the ability to gamble. And as Harvey stood fourth in the league in block shot average, the fans came to expect and appreciate Catchings on defense. One Philadelphia talent that always stirs excitement is Fred Carter. The league has come to fear number 3 getting hot. For Mad Dog is one of the great streak shooters in the NBA. Carter will drive on anyone of any height or reputation, and he'll score. He'll use the board to bank them in, or ignore it and hit nothing but net. When he's hot, he burns. When he's not, he feeds. With this kind of talent, even with the early loss of superstar Billy Cunningham, Sixer fans look forward to coming to the Spectrum to root for the team of the year. Fans knew the 76ers had a key backup to help on the front line. Clyde Lee was in his 10th NBA season. Number 34 added strength up front to augment Cunningham. He continued his workmanlike control of both boards after Billy was injured. It was a dependable asset the Sixers counted on. McGinnis proved to be the catalyst as the Sixers displayed an explosive offense, averaging over 106 points a game. The knowledgeable fans around the league knew that Philadelphia had firepower. What they questioned was whether they could keep anyone else from scoring. Coach Gene Shue had stated his philosophy right after he took the job in 1973.
What I'm looking for in a basketball player is something that might surprise you. There have been very few basketball players that I have ever seen that couldn't go out and shoot the basketball. But I think shooting is an instinctive thing with most basketball players. I'm looking for players who are dedicated to playing the difficult part of the game. And the difficult part of the game would be playing the tough defense.
Gene Shue taught his lessons well. Both Mix and McGinnis were among the top 10 stealers in the league. And statistics can never tell the full story. The aggressive defense, the team positioning, resulting in key rebounds. The helping out and switching, the drawing of offensive fouls. Harvey Catchings stood near the top of the NBA in both block shot average and total block shots. Defense is fast hands. It's the pressure on top scorers. It's that extra effort that turns good defense into a turnover to the Sixers. The men in Philadelphia blue had taken their defense to arenas all over the league, but nowhere was it appreciated like it was in the Spectrum. In one game early in the season, the Sixers were hosting the Chicago Bulls, and they weren't being very good hosts. Chicago is known as a low-scoring team. This game, they were a low-scoring team because of a Philadelphia defense that constantly pressured, unrelentingly pursued, played the kind of defense Gene Shue requested. The combination of great basketball and unusual halftime entertainment made it fun to be at the Spectrum again. Sometimes the entertainment looked like some of the tougher NBA opponents. Over 500,000 Philadelphia fans joined in the fun during the season. It was the highest attendance in the history of the club. The Sixer front office knew that great basketball brought the fans in, but they added halftime laughs and excitement that made Sixer tickets the best buy in town. Victor the Bear was the Sixers' #1 draft choice for entertainment. Victor seems to have a pretty good string going. Entertainment at the Spectrum ranges from wrestling bears to Dancing Harry. When the 76ers stir Harry, Harry lets the world know. And when Harry's excited, he wants the crowd to be excited. And that wasn't difficult to do. Not with the kind of games the Sixers were playing. Of course, a little help from Dancing Harry was appreciated by team and fans alike. Halftime at the Sixers games could be anything, including the winners of the Mummers Parade, the Harrogate String Band. The Harrogate Strings played for a capacity house in the Spectrum for the high point of the NBA season, the All-Star Game. The greatest of the great gathered in Philadelphia for a classic confrontation of East against West. Only the very best could make it here. It's a rare night when one can see so much talent on one floor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was at center for the West. Dave Cowens was the middleman for the East. Bob McAdoo made an extra appearance in the Spectrum for the game. Philadelphia fans got an unscheduled look at the tireless John Havlicek. Rick Barry showed his skill as an all-pro. The number was different, but it was still JoJo White doing his thing. Alvin Adams showed the style and ability that caused him to be picked 1976 Rookie of the Year. Randy Smith, usually an opponent, worked well with his Sixer teammates on All-Star Night. And of course, a couple of Philadelphia's own, George McGinnis, Doug Collins. But each of these stars will be returning to the Spectrum, and more, with the addition of 4 new clubs. Superstars like Julius Erving, Artis Gilmore, David Thompson will be making regular trips to the Spectrum. Yes, the future is bright for the Sixer fans. Not just established stars, but stars of the future will be in action. Lloyd Freed, the latest out of the New York City high school proving ground. As stylish and as exciting as the men who came out of there before him, like Connie Hawkins, Tiny Archibald, Billy Cunningham. Free is typical of the Philadelphia youngster. He is sure of his ability. He's eager to get into the action, and he's not intimidated by the glamour of the NBA. Joe Bryant gave up his senior year at LaSalle to join the NBA. A #1 draft choice, of the world champion Golden State Warriors, the 76ers purchased his rights and put him to work. Number 23 saw more time than any other Sixer rookie. His play pleased both the fans and Sixer management. His 6-foot, 9.5-inch frame was all over the court to help the club throughout the season. Conneal Norman was a kid who wouldn't take no for an answer, and the Sixers are glad of that. He stuck around after being cut from the team in '74, and now he's with the 76ers in a big way. Although Norman had his share of assists, his ability to come off the bench and score immediately earned him the nickname Instant Point. The 6'4" guard gives the Sixers more backcourt rebounding strength. Looming large of the Philadelphia future is one of the youngest men to ever enter the NBA. When Darryl Dawkins put on number 53, the only other uniform he had worn was that of Maynard Evans High School in Orlando, Florida. Dawkins has shown the cool and composure of a player of many years' experience. Indeed, the mix of young veterans like Caldwell Jones and even younger rookies like Terry Furlow makes the future bright for Philadelphia. The future was assured as top management made a smooth changeover. Irv Kozlov, who brought the Sixers to Philadelphia, turned over the control of the team to Fitz Dixon.
I only hope that we can continue to build the team that you have started, you and Pat Williams have started, and can produce better and better basketball for the fans of Philadelphia.
The team, you know, is the team of the future, and more precisely, the team of next year.
See you next year at the game.
So, Gene, it's your team of next year.
Thank you very much. We'll try and bring a victory back to Philadelphia.
The team of next year. In '76, the 76ers ended the drought of years without playoffs. With a great mix of experience and youth, all with outstanding talent, they know that they can go even farther. Yes, the Spectrum is the place to be. The excitement of NBA basketball, the brilliant brand of ball the Sixers play, the fun and entertainment, it's all there again. Youth, experience, superstars, excitement. Put them all together, they come out the 76ers, the team of next year. And next year is here, now.